my name is Cynthia McKinney, and I'm from America, and I'm a licensed social worker in America. And so there's many of these skills or skills that I've learned in my career as a social worker and used in working with people from various places in life. And so I'm excited to share some things with you. And attitude's one of the things that I really enjoy talking about because it has such a big impact on our lives, in work and in every other part of our lives. So we'll get started. And so one of the things I like to do, for those of you that are new, is I like to ask for your input. I like to ask for different people to give me their thoughts about what things mean and what things are. Because I like to have your participation as much as we can. So when we talk about attitude, before I start with this, let me ask you, what are your thoughts about attitude? What do you think attitude is? Each thing that was shared are things that we are going to talk about with attitude. So to start, attitude is, there's two main things I want us to learn. That attitude is how we think about something, like how we think about a fact or a situation in life, and attitude is how we feel about that. And so it's how we think about it and it's how we feel about it. And then our attitude is going to determine how we react to it. And so as we're talking about attitude, we're going to be talking about how we think and how we feel. So just to kind of help us understand how attitude affects us, what kind of a impact attitude has on us. You know, our attitude can affect our relationships. It can affect relationships in our job. It can affect relationships with friends, with family, with anybody in our life. Our attitude will affect those relationships. Now let me stop here and let me ask you, this top picture, how would you describe just the body language you see? How would you describe their attitude? If you had to describe did you have your hand up? No? Okay.
I think they are enjoying the friendship and companionship between other people, and they are setting out with a positive attitude.
Okay. So this group looks like that they're enjoying each other, and they're having fun with each other, or just enjoying being with each other, and it's a positive attitude. Okay, I think that's very good. Anybody else want to share any thoughts about this picture and the attitude? When you look at this picture, do you think about these people being having energy, high energy or low energy? High energy, yeah, I think of that too. Now, how about this picture? How would you describe this person's attitude? Just looking at the body language, how would you describe their attitude? Okay.
I see that she is upset, and like she feels stressed because we have so much work to do.
Okay. So she looks stressed. It could be because maybe she has a lot of work to do. Yeah, there could be a lot of reasons why she feels kind of stressed and upset. Anybody else want to talk about what do you think her attitude is? What do you think her attitude is right here?
Boring.
What?
Boring.
Okay, that could be another one. Boring. Yeah. Yeah, she just may be really bored. Yeah, yeah. Would you describe this as positive or negative? Negative, yeah. And when you think about the energy, would you say her energy is high or low?
No.
Yeah, I think it's kind of low. It looks low, doesn't it? Either she's bored or she's upset, she's distressed. Something negative is happening here. Which group would you rather be part of? The first one? How many would rather be part of the first one? Yeah. Okay, somebody tell me, why would you want to be part of this first group? Why would you want to be part of that first group? Instead of being part of her group, why would you want to be part of that first group? Any thoughts? Okay.
I think everyone wants to work between people that energetic, like enthusiastic about their work, and that makes me feel like I want to do my work. I want to do just like how they do it.
Okay.
I think it can boost the productivity.
Okay. There's some good thoughts in there. Yes. You know, positive attitude can help other people. And most of us, we really like being around positive people. It helps increase our energy, and it feels good to work together with people that are enjoying what they're doing. And there's more productivity. You can get more things done when there's more of a positive attitude. When you personally have more of a positive attitude and the people around you have a positive attitude. So our attitude affects many different things. It affects our relationships. It affects our energy and our motivation. It affects how well we're going to get along with people, cooperating with people. It affects the kind of service that we're going to give to people. If you were to ask one of these people to help you, would you feel like, do you think that they would help you in a positive way? Yeah, I think so. What if you asked her to help you? How do you think her help would be? Would she be glad to help you? Or how do you think it might be if you asked her to help you? Maybe negative. Maybe it's like, oh, I guess if I have to help you, I can help you. Many times our attitude will affect how we treat other people. And it affects the kind of service we can give people. And also it affects our creativity and our productivity. So when we, if our attitude will help us be more creative and more productive, or less creative and less productive. Okay? So our attitude affects many different parts of our life and our work. And that's one of the reasons why attitude is so important, because of how it affects our relationships, our work, and other areas of our life. You know, there's some research in the last few years that even shows that people that have positive attitudes, would they feel happier about life, they feel more content with life, they have more of a positive attitude, that they are healthier, that they physically are healthier people. And so our attitudes can affect even our health. So here's a quote from our material. It says, "A positive and enthusiastic attitude is a critical component of workplace success." A positive and enthusiastic attitude is a critical component of workplace success. If I was going to make, let's see if I get this, if I'll say it right. If I was going to make buncha. Buncha. Is that right? If I was going to make buncha, what is a critical component to making buncha?
Salt.
Somebody. Okay. And several of you are telling me something.
Maybe fish sauce.
Fish sauce. Okay, the sauce. The sauce. Okay. Okay, the fish sauce. Okay. If I did not have the fish sauce in buncha, would it taste the same? No. Would you think you were having buncha if you did not have fish sauce? No. Okay. So that is a critical component. That's a very essential or important ingredient for buncha. And so a positive and enthusiastic attitude is a critical component for our success in our workplace. Does that make sense? Sense? Okay. So, here. We're talking about two different attitudes today. We're going to talk about positive attitude and negative attitude. Those are the two main attitudes we're going to talk about. Two different ways we think and we feel. Okay? So, and I want you to think about this list this way. This is an example of how I want you to think about this. If I have a mango tree at my house, on my land, if I have a mango tree, what kind of fruit am I going to have? Mango, yeah. If I have, I think it's called boy. How do I say it? Grapefruit. Grapefruit, yeah. What do I say? Wood? Okay. If I have a wood, if I have that kind of a tree, what kind of fruit will I have? A wood, okay. So, if I have a positive attitude, there's certain fruit that I will produce. If I'm a positive tree, I'm going to produce certain fruit. If I'm a negative tree, I'm going to produce different fruit. Okay? So a positive tree produces fruit that's like this. It's, I can. We think I can do this. I believe in my strengths, or the strength of another person even. There's going to be more smiles than frowns. I'm going to have confidence. I'm willing to take on challenges. I'm willing to have put extra effort into work, into working with people, and even getting tasks done. You know, I had that energy and that interest in being able to work well with people and getting jobs done. And then I'm going to look for solutions. When there's a problem, I'm going to look for a solution. I don't let the problem just stop me, okay? So that's the kind of fruit that a positive tree is going to give us, okay? Positive thinking, positive feeling. This is the kind of fruit that will grow out of a positive attitude, okay? Now, a negative attitude produces different fruit, okay? It produces fruit like this. It says, I can't. It sees the problem, or it sees all of the difficulties, and it doubts its abilities to overcome. And it says, I can't do this. And this kind of attitude usually has very low interest, low motivation, maybe no motivation, or very low motivation, or low interest, not enthusiastic, okay, low energy. More frowns than smiles, or their face doesn't look happy a lot of times. Less cooperative with people, more upset with people maybe, more frustrated with people, just less willing to put out effort to work well with people. And gives kind of low effort, minimal effort. Maybe just does what they have to do, but they don't go the extra mile. They don't do the extra to do the best job they could. They just do what they have to do. And when they see a problem, then they stop. They think, well, there's a problem. They don't try to solve the problem. They let the problem stop them. Because they may think, I can't do it. I can't overcome. So that's the kind of fruit that a negative attitude will give us. Okay? So staying on the negative side in life can really give us negative fruit. Now, I'm going to say this. When we're talking about positive and negative attitudes, as people, we will probably never live just totally positive, okay? And so there's going to be some negative things in our life. There's going to be some negative situations. There's going to be some negative emotions. There's going to be some negative things in our life. And research even says this. Research says that as long as a person has 3 times more positive things so for every 1 negative thing, if a person has 3 positive things, for every 1 negative thing, they are still they're still going to produce positive fruit. Okay? They're still going to have, they're still going to be able to thrive and to succeed, okay? To feel happy in their life, to feel satisfied in their life. So we may have some negative, okay? But research says as long as we are trying to have more positive than we do negative, then we're going to be able to succeed. We're going to be able to have a happier life, a more fulfilled life. We're going to have more success, more positive things in our life, okay? So, we're going to have some negative